Hi, this is the Rusted Willow, and my name is Tammy. If you like DIYs, hauls, flips, and everything farmhouse, you are in the right place. Let's get started. DIY number 1. All right, guys, this is super easy. I am basically making a centerpiece with this gorgeous bouquet of flowers. So I am wrapping burlap around a mason jar, hot gluing that down. I'm gonna tie some jute string around here, or jute twine, to add more farmhouse to it. I love this bouquet. It is so beautiful. I love the white sunflowers. This is super easy. I bought this bouquet, I believe, at Hobby Lobby on clearance. I just cut it down and stick it in the mason jar. It's that simple. All right, guys, I put together all my bee and sunflower DIYs that I have done so far this year. So you will see, or you might see, some things that you have seen before if you are a subscriber. And if you're new here, you might just see something new. I hope this video inspires you. This is a collaboration video with Monner's Market and Happiness Created Crafts, and the challenge is Bloom with Grace, and we were to use sunflowers and bees. This is Brenda's channel, Monner's Market, and guys, she has some great videos out, great videos. And Tammie's channel is Happiness Created Crafts. So go over and visit those two ladies and tell them that I sent you. I will have their channels along with a playlist listed down below in my description box. So let's get back to these DIYs. DIY number 2. Tiny little books for our tier tray. I am actually using scrap wood. I just kind of eyeballed the size I wanted and cut it. And I'm just showing you here that I sanded the edges round because I wanted it to be smooth. Every time I work with wood, I always get splinters. So I sanded it really good with my electric sander. Y'all didn't need to see that mess. So that the edges would look round and look more like book. And I am using plaster in Waverly chalk paint, maize in Waverly chalk paint, and then black in folk art. Now I made 2 sets of these, but I only showed 1 set. So I painted 2 in the plaster, 2 in the maize, 2 in the black. Like I just painted the top of the white where it's going to show, and then I painted the whole bottom of the black where that's going to show. And I put it on a towel because that black, it's flat black, and so it kind of scratches. I just glue them together in a stack, and now I'm just distressing them with some sandpaper, just a piece of sandpaper from the Dollar Tree. And I used my Cricut to cut out home is where my honey is. I thought that was super cute. And I just put that on the ends of the books, and they look like little books. They're so stinking cute. I love how these turned out. This is one of my favorite projects. So, this was scrap wood. It basically cost me pennies to make, way less than $5. I think all my DIYs today were less than $5 for all 5 of them. So I'm just going to embellish these books. I started with some thicker twine and I'm like, nope, that's too thick, that's too thick. So I get the thinner stuff from Dollar Tree. And it works out perfectly. I like the thinner twine. I wrapped it around several times, and I'm just going to add a little bead to the top. I think this bee is so cute. And a little bit of greenery. And we're done. I didn't like the way that was looking like that, so I had to change it up a little bit. I love this lamb's ear. I have a garland that I got from Hobby Lobby 50% off, and so I just pull some stuff off of there every once in a while. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you are new here, let's get connected. Don't forget to like me on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, and hit that subscribe button. Ring that little bell so you are notified of new uploads every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to like and share. I found this mirror at the thrift store, and I pick these mirrors up all the time. They're made out of plaster, and they're super heavy. They're antique. They're usually almost always gold. I always paint them white. But I have all different shapes and sizes of these antique mirrors, and I hang them on my granddaughter's wall in the bedroom that we have here for her, because I think they're super cute. I really like them. I don't know, something I like. Anyway, so I painted it white, and I'm loving this fusion paint, this mineral paint, and I was looking for an excuse to use it again. It is called French Eggshell, and it's fusion mineral paint, and it is so pretty. So normally I just leave these white and distress them, but this time I painted it white, I distressed it, and then I went over it with the French Eggshell, and then I'm just kind of wiping it off with the baby wipe to distress it a little bit more. And this time I am putting another vinyl on the mirror, and I just went to my Cricut design space under images and searched for Queen Bee. I didn't find what I wanted, so I just kind of took little pieces from different images that Cricut offers, and I sliced them out. If you don't know what that means, there's some videos out there that shows you how to slice, that will show you how to slice to get the images that you want. I sliced out the images that I wanted, and I kind of put images together to get this mirror that says Queen Bee, and I think it's super cute. I hope you like it too. All right guys, on to DIY number 4. This is super quick. Okay, so I got these spatulas at the Dollar Tree. I've picked them up at the Dollar Tree, at Goodwill, at the thrift stores, usually for 50 cents or less. But I did buy these at Dollar Tree. I bought all they had because I wanted to make some things for my tiered tray, and also these make great little hangers on wine bottles if you want to give somebody a message or something on a wine bottle. But I cut off the ends of the handles, and I'm just painting up a couple of these flat spatulas. I'm ombreing this one with black, the same black, yellow, and white color. It's the black from Folk Art, the maize from Waverly, and the plaster in Waverly. And I'm making it ombre. Anyway, these make great little wine bottle hangers. You can make ornaments out of them. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you see something that inspires you. Ring that little bell for notifications, and don't forget to share. All right guys, back to the DIYs. So I love making these. They're so cute, and they're super simple, and they're cheap. You can put these around plants. You can put these on presents. You can put them on, like I said, wine bottles, housewarming presents, just anything. You can turn them upside down and stick them in a plant, so they don't have to be, you can make the handles longer and stick them in a plant. I'm actually going to be repurposing the handles that I cut off and putting them in plants. And I mean, you can mark them with, you know, spices. What are those called? Oh my goodness. Why does my brain always go blank when I do these voiceovers? So frustrating. But you know, thyme, parsley, mint, all that stuff. Cilantro is my favorite. But anywho, okay. So I just used my Cricut on these DIYs this time. I loved, and I found all of these designs in the Cricut design space under images. So I just used their images. So here I am, I'm just making little hangers. So I drilled the holes, I'm making the hangers. And make sure you put down a block of wood so you don't drill through your table, your workspace. All right guys, on to DIY number 4. Again, this is a collaboration with Monner's Market and Happiness Created Crafts, and the challenge was Bloom with Grace. So now we are going to make a garland. I am shaking up my Waverly antiquing wax, and I was going to use the baby wipe method, but as you can see, I put it in my towel to try to soak it up because for some reason these baby wipes were they're really moist, really wet. So I used the baby wipe to put that all over, and it worked pretty well. And this little bee cutout I got at Joann Fabrics for like 70% off. And instead of using beads from Amazon, because I didn't know what size they were, to tell you, I thought, you know what? I have all these wooden spools. How cute would that be? So, guys, if you haven't went down and click that subscribe button, go ahead and do that. I would really appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. All right, so I string 10 wooden spools. Oh my gosh, I got tongue-tied. I strung 10 wooden spools on this garland, and I just left that little bee cutout. I let it dry, and I tied this on, and that's all there was to it. Super simple, easy peasy. Took probably less than 5 minutes. I did take my lighter and burn off the strings. On to DIY number 5. All right, guys, super excited here. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already, because that really helps out my channel and helps it to grow and lets YouTube know that people are liking it and puts it out there for people to see. Okay, I found these Farmhouse calendars. Oh my goodness. So, guys, I will be having a giveaway. I will be giving away some calendars. I don't know when or what for, but I think as soon as I hit 1,500 or maybe 2,000, I will give a calendar away, or maybe 2 or 3. I don't know. So I did find some calendars, and I was super excited about that. I took one of these little wooden signs from Dollar General. It was $1, and I had to go check my stash to make sure I had one more. I had 2 of the cows for some reason. I don't know. I forgot I bought one. And I have one of the little piggies and one of the little chickens. So I thought, okay, that little design that's a little bit bigger than the tiny ones on the back of the calendar, I cut it down to fit perfectly in this little sign. So this is going to be perfect for my tiered tray. I have all kinds of bee stuff for the tiered tray. I love, love, love these calendars. Oh my gosh, they are so cute. Like, the designs are adorable. So I give this little wood frame little wood picture 2 coats in the Waverly chalk paint made by Plaid in the color Maize. I give it 2 coats, dry it with my heat gun, and after I cut down that little picture to size, I used a glue stick to stick that down with. Okay guys, I am going to be hosting an open invite along with Simply Becky DIY and Leah from Junker Necker DIY. It will be held on August 3rd at 6 p.m. So I hope you guys can join us. Here are the rules. If you have any questions, you can always message me on Instagram. On to DIY number 6. Okay, so this sunflower I actually picked up over a year ago from Hobby Lobby. It was on super clearance. I think it was like 90% off. And I brought it home and I spray painted it last year. I never finished it. So I am finishing it today. So I went over it with some different colors of spray paint. I wasn't inspired to finish it last year. I didn't like the way it looked and I just felt like it needed more. So I wanted to make the ombre effect. So I went over the center with a light sand color, and then the next color was a light yellow, and then a darker yellow, and then a terracotta color, and then the tips were red. Here are all the spray paint colors that I used. Then, I don't know what happened to this footage, but I took some jute twine and I braided it, and I am gluing it to the center piece of the sunflower, because even though it looks pretty spray painted, I still think it needs more. So I'm gluing this to the center of the sunflower, and then I am going to wrap it around. I want to take this opportunity to thank all my subscribers, and if you are new here, please go down and hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. I have gotten a lot of new subscribers, and guys, I just want you to know that I may not respond to your messages the day that you send them, but I do respond. I respond and read every single comment, and I love them. You guys have great suggestions and feedback, and just I love reading your comments. So I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch my channel and giving me feedback. I just love it. So I am just finishing wrapping this around. I just think that looks so cute like that. Okay, well, I guess I was looking to see what it would look like wrapped around. I guess I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue with as long of a strand as I made, or if I wanted to make it shorter, but I went ahead and put the whole thing on there, and I just love it. And then I went with a lighter and burnt off those little fuzzy pieces, and now I am getting some wooden beads out that I picked up from Amazon, and I do not know the size. They are not the large ones, and they are not the small ones. They are the medium size ones. So whatever size that is, I don't have a clue, honestly. And I could have stained these or went over them with the antiquing wax by Plaid, but I decided just to leave them natural, because I thought with the jute twine and the different colors in the sunflower, I didn't want it to be too, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but I didn't want it to be too much. So I put 7 beads on each spoke. I don't know what you want to call them. And then I hot glued them in place so that they wouldn't slide down, because I didn't want to use up all my beads. And I went on every other leaf. and that's what it looks like. And I think the natural looks really good, especially since I went over the center with that lighter sand color. And here I am, I'm antiquing, I'm using the Waverly antiquing wax, and I have another baby wipe, and I was trying to wipe that on, but the spray paint is so smooth that it's really not adhering because the baby wipe is so wet. So I tried to take some of that moisture out with my hand towel, and it didn't work. You see my finger tapping there? I was thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? So I come up with, I just am using like some cotton pads, and I rub it on, and oh my gosh, it makes all the difference. So basically I'm just dirtying up the leaves a little bit, and I should have done this before I put the beads on because I did get some antiquing wax on one of the beads, which is okay. I mean, it's not a big deal. I just turned it around. But man, this antiquing wax, it finished this off. Like this is one of my favorite DIYs on this video. And I saved the best ones for last, honestly, because this is my other favorite DIY on this video. So I hope y'all made it this far. If you did, leave me a heart down below in the comments. I know it's kind of a long one, but it's totally worth it. I swear to you. This DIY, it turns out so cute. So I had just tore the cover off of these books and put some ribbon around them, and I decided to make them over. So I am using my Waverly chalk paint and plaster by Plaid, and also my Waverly chalk paint in maize by Plaid. And I painted the spine with the plaster, and I'm painting the top with the maize. Just the top page of the top book. And then I hot glued the other books together. Or not the other books. I hot glue all 3 books together. And then I was going to hot glue the top page, and I thought, nope. Use your head. So I used a glue stick, and it worked perfectly. Like no wrinkles whatsoever. So then I used some more hot glue to finish gluing these books together. Now I'm going to use my tissue paper method because I don't have any IOD stamps. So IOD, if you're listening, I would love some stamps, but I don't have any stamps or stencils, and so I go to Graphics Fairy. Guys, I remember the name of the website again. Isn't that awesome? Anyway, I went to Graphics Fairy and I printed out this bee, and I just think it's so cute. And I used a teeny tiny little paintbrush to put some water around this bee and tear out I like the torn edge look instead of the cut edge look with scissors. So I like to tear it out. So what I do here is I put some glue down in the center of the book, and I didn't like where it was, so I had to reposition it. But I put the bee on there, and then I work my way out. So I just put a little bit of glue, of this glue stick in the center, and then I go around the edges and work my way out. That prevents it from wrinkling and from tearing, and it gets it on there nice and smooth. I love it. Now guys, on all these projects that I do, like this, the books, I will go back and put a matte clear coat over the top and the sides. On the sunflower, I went and put I used that 2x Rust-Oleum matte clear coat finish. So I had too much white paint on my paintbrush for some reason. I don't know what happened there, but so I just went back in with some maize chalk paint from Waverly. Oh my gosh. We just had an earthquake. Oh my goodness. Another earthquake. So now I am waiting for my heart to stop pounding because that was quite an earthquake in Kansas. We are in the middle of Kansas. Oh, that's the second one tonight. So I put my, I can't even think now, my vinyl. I put my vinyl on the front of these books, and I am going to cut it so that you can see the definition of each book. And I just like the way that looks. I liked it. I like the way it looks, so I cut it. And I love these books. I mean, these last few, and there's one more. These last few projects are just darling, just darling. So I wrapped some jute twine around one of the ends just to kind of finish it off. I mean, I could have been done after the vinyl, but I'm a little extra, guys. If you don't know already, if you don't know me personally and you're just getting to know me now, you will find that I am a little extra, and that's okay. Because I like to be extra. I always like to keep people guessing, on their toes. All right. Don't forget to go down and hit that subscribe button, guys, if you made it this far. Okay. I added a little sunflower, and there you go. All done. All right. DIY number 8. Now this one, I lost the whole footage. I don't know where it went to, but I made this beautiful wreath. I made it last year, and I know I recorded it because I have lots of pictures of it. So here is, I put that metal word high on it. It was actually a special order for a Christmas present, and I used Dollar Tree items. Those were daisies from Dollar Tree and sunflowers from Hobby Lobby. And here is the final reveal. I hope you like it. If you see a project on here that you liked best, leave me a comment down below and tell me which one you like the best. I'm always curious to see which ones people like the best. I love that mirror. I still have that mirror. I'm not getting rid of that mirror. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and watching. If you're coming over from somebody else's channel, please let me know who to thank for sending you my direction. And if you go to the playlist down below, make sure you hop over to the other ladies' channels and tell them that Rusted Willow sent you. My name is Tammy, and I want to thank you so much for stopping by today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you liked what you see, if you got inspired, if there's a project that you liked, let me know down below in the comments. And I hope you guys have a good one. See you next time. Bye.